Hello, everyone, and welcome to GodSaw's Turnbuckle, the wrestling podcast I run over here on YouTube.com. And this is going to be a special edition of GodSaw's Turnbuckle. We are going to be doing predictions for AEW Full Gear. That will be airing tomorrow. I am doing this on a Friday night at this point in time. It seems like everything's kind of been set in order for the time being. So we'll go ahead and start with the one and only match that is going to be on what is AEW's, what they call their pre-show, which is called the Buy-In. And that is going to be B. Priestley going up against Britt Baker. This will be a very interesting match that they've been kind of building to since Fight for the Fallen, way back in July, I believe. It was July or early August or something in that sense, late July, I believe. And they continued that going through the All Out pay-per-view as well. In this case, it's definitely been seen that, B. Priestley's kind of gotten the main advantage over Britt Baker for the most part. They did cut that promo. They haven't really done too much build on TV. They did cut that promo with Britt Baker on AEW Dynamite this week. I feel like Britt Baker is going to be the one that goes over here, so I'm going to make my prediction for Britt Baker. So this leads us into what I would assume will be on the main show, though I think B. Priestley and Britt Baker should honestly be on the main show. But this is going to be Joey Janela going up against Shawn Spears. This was kind of set up after Shawn Spears' win and subsequent defending against the attack of Joey Janela from Dynamite as well. So this match has kind of been thrown together pretty last minute on that side. But all in all, I feel like in the terms of where they've been going with Shawn Spears, they had him lose in his match against Cody back at All Out. I see them kind of trying maybe to build him up a little bit more, and I see him probably getting the victory here, so I am going to go with Shawn Spears in this match. This will be the next one to go through will be SCU versus the Lucha Brothers versus Private Party. This is going to be for the AEW tag team titles, and I'm going to go with the aspect that they just won those titles not too long ago. Again, this match kind of put together last minute, though I like the concept of what they were going with. They were doing the whole gold medal, silver medal, bronze medal thing from the tournament, where they had Private Party go up against the Dark Order to basically get their way into this particular match. I see SCU winning. I don't see them losing those tag titles quite yet, though if there is going to be a title change on this particular show, I feel like this is the one that is most likely to happen. I'll fully get into my predictions about the other two title matches here very soon. Matter of fact, I'll do the next title match right now. It's going to be Riho going up against Emi Sakura for the AEW Women's title. Again, not much build to this particular one. They did do that tag match, and they did have Emi Sakura, I think, pick up a victory or two on AEW Dark as well to kind of get her, earn her way into this particular match. I don't see Riho losing this one. Not quite yet. Since they've kind of gotten to the point of they didn't really build Riho as an underdog. That came very close to getting the victory and then has to continue fighting her way to get to the AEW title. She was the first AEW champion for the women's division. I don't see them changing that title quite yet, so I'm going to go with Riho in this match. Up next, we are going to have Adam Hangman Page going up against Pac. This is a interesting match and kind of a rubber match to its own degree. They had the first match right before Double or Nothing because, Pac ended out not being at Double or Nothing. That ended in disqualification with Hangman Page picking up the victory. Then on AEW Dynamite, Pac got his win, did get the win back and beat Adam Hangman Page in that particular match. For this match, basically seeing where they've been going with Adam Page recently, I see Pac winning this one. I'm going to have Pac winning this match because I have a feeling they're going somewhere with Adam Page. I just don't feel like they're going in the initial direction that you think he's going with. I was initially thinking that Adam Page was winning this match, but the more that I started thinking about it, and maybe I overthought it, who knows, I'm going to go with Pac in this one. Up next, we have the Young Bucks going up against Santana and Ortiz, formerly known as LAX. Not able to go as under LAX because I believe Impact still has the trademarks to that one. Or Conan has it. I forget who actually has the trademarks to that. This should be, honestly, this should be a fun match. I'm not going to lie here. This is going to be a fun match in some way, shape, or form. And I'm actually going to go with Santana and Ortiz to pick up the victory here. I see them putting over the... the Young Bucks putting them over in this particular one, which has definitely been an interesting way that I've seen them going with the members of the Elite. They've kind of lost the big matches since coming into AEW and having AEW be a thing. It will definitely be an interesting aspect to see where their storytelling is going to be on that one and where everything will definitely be going on this one. And I also see them putting the inner circle over in some way, shape, or form sorry, stumbling over the words there. I see them putting the inner circle over in some way, shape, or form in these particular matches for the evening. So that's going to bring us up next to what I think should be honestly the main event, but I feel like since they are having Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega being a lights out match, that they may do that as the final match on the card. But this will technically be the main event of the official AEW Full Gear pay-per-view. And this is going to be Chris Jericho going up against Cody for the AEW title, for the AEW Heavyweight Championship. The aspect behind this match now is that Cody has put a stipulation on himself that if he loses this match, he will not be allowed to ever again wrestle for the AEW Heavyweight Championship. Obviously, they'll be able to write themselves out of that at some point in time, if that were to be the case. The promo that Cody cut on not Tuesday, but on Wednesday. Sorry, I was thinking Tuesday for some odd reason. Maybe I was thinking of AEW Dark or something like that. But the promo that Cody cut on Wednesday night was absolutely fantastic. Everybody's been praising it. A lot of people have been praising it. The stuff that they did with Chris Jericho and the Inner Circle and everything like that in their video package right afterwards was also just as fantastic, but for different reasons, because they were mocking what they had done earlier with Cody and Brandy and other people talking about those particular ones. For this particular match, actually, them putting that stipulation on there made you think about it a little bit more, to be honest with you. And I just hit my microphone on that one. And it made you think about it just a little bit more. But I'm still going to go with Chris Jericho. And I see them doing something here, and maybe they're going to put the Inner Circle over more and make them the dominant force, where a lot of people thought the Elite was going to be the dominant force here in AEW, but it actually ends up being the Inner Circle, at least for the time being. And they've even teased the match beyond, which I think a lot of people have now recognized that was something that they used for the original War Games. So maybe they're going to have a War Games style match. They probably won't be able to call it War Games, but they'll have some kind of match down the line with that one. So I see them... I see Chris Jericho going over here, and I don't see it as a disqualification, anything like that. This is going to be something that, you'll probably see a little bit different from AEW, that you're going to have definitive finishes, especially for feuds, to go along with it. And you're not going to see a lot of wonky finishes like you've been seeing, like you would see in a lot of other promotions. You don't see disqualifications a lot in AEW, if you've kind of noticed. You don't see that happen a lot. You see interferences, you see a lot of different other things, but the one thing you don't really see is a disqualification. They kind of work their way around that in some way, shape, or form, and it's probably something that they picked up from, you know, being in New Japan, everything like that for the longest period of time. Was that New Japan doesn't really use the DQ finishes all that often. They did do it for a period of time with Tama Tonga, especially with the whole G1 Climax. They actually kind of used that in there for a period of time, but they came up with other stipulations to go along with that as well. I don't see any kind of wonky finish here, and I see Chris Jericho going over. So this leads us to the non-sanctioned match, the lights out match, as they basically want to call it on this. It's going to be Jon Moxley going up against Kenny Omega. This was originally supposed to happen at All Out. Jon Moxley got that case of MRSA in his elbow and was forced to go into surgery. But we are going to be having the match here and now. And it, you know, honestly, I feel like this will be a good match. They'll definitely be able to, with it being non-sanctioned, they'll be able to pull out all the bells and whistles, all the weapons, anything like that that they really want to do with this particular match. I wouldn't mind seeing them do another match later down the line with this one. And honestly, I feel like in this particular match that Jon Moxley is going to go over. That's right. I'm going to go with that aspect of it. They've been kind of playing this whole losing side for Kenny Omega. Especially in tag matches and in certain other big matches as well, especially with his match with Pac back at All Out. And I see them going that route again here, and it will definitely be an interesting one to see where they decide to go with it. They could definitely play up something with that, especially if they have Moxley going over in this particular match, and then they can go down the road with another match down the line. So that is basically everything for AEW All Out, or not All Out. That was the last pay-per-view for AEW Full Gear and my predictions for that show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. I expect myself to be doing a review for AEW All Out when I've had the chance to watch it. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed everything. If you did, give it a like, a share, subscribe, anything that you would like to do with that one. Peace out and have a great rest of your day.